Hi everyone, thank you for making it today to our webinar. We're doing a technology spotlight looking at the Padlet platform and specifically how we can use it in our classes and how it integrates into Canvas. And this will be a quick micro webinar. I have a course that I created in Canvas that we're going to dump a few Padlets into, but I wanted to explore what is Padlet and what can it do for us. Padlet is an interesting platform. It's sort of like Pinterest, but it's more flexible and it's more accommodating for educational purposes. And there are various different types of Padlets that you can create. But ultimately, it's a platform where you have a canvas and you can curate content from around the web, whether it's videos or news articles or blog posts, even pictures. There's a lot of flexibility. And so this is my own dashboard. Once you create an account, you'll have a dashboard and you can start making Padlets. So when I click on the Make a Padlet button here, there are various templates that you can start with. These are different types of Padlets. One is a wall, and I can click the preview button here. So this will have different assets, and as you build the assets, it's very much like Pinterest, where it'll continue expanding this downward and out. Another one is a canvas, and I'll show you examples, like real-world examples of these things. A canvas is sort of like a mind mapping interface where you can have a branching scenario, for example, or linkage from between different concepts. A stream would be a stream of media. I can scroll down and I can view the different assets sequentially from top to bottom. And so this would be a way that you could curate a video list, for example, or a series of articles that you want students to read sequentially, or blog posts, for example. There is a grid which is very similar to the wall, except for it lines everything up evenly, whereas the wall kind of fills in those little empty spaces between if there's a short asset or versus a long asset, then the grid just puts it in a grid pattern as opposed to the wall where it nestles everything in nicely. Shelves are if you want different topics and then you want to have different assets underneath each topic, then it's a good way that you can organize different things. And all of these are drag and drop that you can order them that way. Back channel is something of a chat. For example, this would be a Q&A session where students can ask questions and the faculty can respond. I haven't really explored this particular platform just because we have discussion threads in Canvas, and so I use this, but this might be a creative way to do a different format for a Q&A. And so I am going to go back to my dashboard and explore a few of these. So for my wall, I have a Padlet wall, and you'll notice in my tab, I have my browser, I have a lot of different tabs open. Some of these are assets, some of these are, well, they're all assets, but some of these are psychology blog posts or kind of pop psychology write-ups over things or news. I have a journal article. I have a few images if I want to include pictures, and then I have a series of videos that come from our EdTech channel. So let's explore the Padlet wall. I'm going to open this in a new tab, and I've already started filling a couple things in here, but you'll notice in the interface there's a lot of things that you can adjust. I'm going to click on the modify. By default, it's going to give you kind of a cutesy title and description, made with a lightning strike of genius. But you can title this to whatever you want. If you want to title it to IO 527, the name of your course that you're teaching, and have a description. The wallpaper would be this background. There are a lot of different options, or you can upload your own wallpaper if you have something that you like. But they have brick walls and blackboards and whichever you think is appropriate. You can make various adjustments if you want to have a dark theme or a light theme, different font styles, different icons, which would show up right here, top left. And then attribution, if you're going to open this up to students that they can participate, then you can have their display name above each post. If there's a new post, you can choose, do you want it to appear first and foremost, or do you want it to appear last? And you can have collaboration in terms of comments, reactions, like liking. You can tag it, and you can have a unique address too. So mine is padlet.com/drnewfirst/ and then it gives me a default alphanumeric gibberish, but this could be IO 527 fall 2 term, for example, or you can customize it to whichever you want. All right, so those are the ththings that you can modify, the title, and then you can go ahead and share it. This is what a Padlet wall looks like. So I'm going to contribute a little bit. I'm going to click to drag something. Now the things I can add, I can upload a file from my computer. I can link to anywhere on the internet, or I can search for videos or GIFs or whatever. I can snap a photo or film a video, record my voice, record my screen. I can doodle on the canvas, add a map, or link to one of my other Padlets. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm just going to grab some of these assets here, and I'm going to put them as links. So save that as a link. Here's another one. I'm just copying and pasting. So that comes up. I can double click anywhere as well, and that'll show my contribution also. Here's a blog post. Now you notice I can put a title as well. I can edit these. If I want a title, if I want to write something about this particular article, then I can do that. Otherwise, I can just curate and moderate content. Let's put some images here. Here's an interesting image because it's so tall. And so if I put a link to that image, then we'll see how that works out. Let's put some Pink Floyd on there. All right, so by default, it's adding my new contributions at the bottom, but I can move these around as well. And when I click on this and drag it, you can see that there's a sequential numbering. There's 1, I'm putting this in the 2 spot, and then there's 3, 4, 5. I can put this as thing number 5, or I can put it at the very end, maybe 7. And so you can drag and drop and rearrange those however you want. You can put this color of psychology first and foremost. And so I can kind of shuffle things around that way. That is what a wall is. So let's explore a different one. I'm going to look at Canvas. And for Canvas, I'm going to check out this UX project screen flow canvas that I did. And it's a little complicated. We have a lot of information there. But essentially, this was a project that we were working on, and we wanted to link out things and have menus. So yeah, I don't really need to explain it. It's something of a mind map. And I can add new things, I can link things together, and then I can share it. Now when you share it, you can export it, copy a link to the Padlet, you can embed it in a blog or website or in Canvas. You can email it, you tweet it out. You can also save it as an image or a PDF. So let's click on Save as Image. Here it is. So this is an image that I can download, I can save it. The thing is, this could be good if it's the final iteration. You'd have a good image of whatever your Padlet is. But the good thing about Padlet is it's dynamic, meaning if I were to embed this into Canvas and make a change anywhere on here, then that change will appear in Canvas and I don't even have to refresh the screen. So that's an example of what the canvas looks like. So for stream, let's look at one called My Stellar Stream right here. Now with this one, I took these videos that I have in the other tabs and I copied those onto this Padlet. And so it's a sequential thing. These are all videos. I can include anything. It doesn't have to be only a video. It can be a picture. It can be a screen capture, a link, file upload. And for any one of these, I can edit that and I can put a title and I can write something about it. So if you're doing this in the class and you want students to contribute, you can say, I want you to put contributions onto this stream and write a paragraph about why this is significant to our class. And so that's what a stream would look like. The shelf, I think, is very interesting. So for the shelf, I'm going to look up one called My Fearless Shelf. Let's open up this guy. Now this should be blank. This is a way that you can have columns and then you can organize assets underneath the columns. So I'm going to have a column for psychology write-ups. And then I'll have another one for empirical articles. And then I'll have one for images. And then a last column for videos. All right, so for psych write-ups, I'm going to grab a bunch of these and I can either link it that way, or I can actually enter the URL. I think entering the URL is better because it gives you a thumbnail and a hyperlink. All right, so I'm pasting those. Let me grab that article, the empirical article from Nature, and I'll go ahead and link to that, and then I have some images that I want to share. I'll put the images underneath. Let's see, how would I do images? Probably just the link to the image, I think would suffice. I do Pink Floyd first. If the image was on my computer, then I could just upload it from my computer as well. These ones happen to be on the internet, so easily accessible. And then some videos. Let me just grab some of these videos. And I'll add those links. Maybe I'll just grab one more video. All right, so now I have a wall. Now these things, I can move these around. I just drag and drop. I can move it from one column to another column, and I should be able to move these columns as well. Now, if you're using this in a class, one thing I've done is I've had a class project where we all contribute to the Padlet, and I have each student write their name. And so I'd have a column for Sean and maybe a column for Thad. Each student would be responsible for curating this column, and they would put their assets on there. And I have them actually write up a title and a paragraph explaining why this is important and related to the class. And so that's an example of what a shelf would look like. So now let's switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to open up a Canvas course. So I have a Canvas course right here, and this is an open course. If you want, you can have the link to it. There's a bit.ly, which is bit.ly/TCSPadlet. If you copy that down, you should be able to access this course. So we're going to see how is it that we embed a Padlet into a course. So let me hop back over to Padlet Wall. So here's the wall that we were creating. Now what we're going to do is we click Share and Export or Embed. So we want to embed, and we want to embed the code into Canvas. So it gives you code. Don't worry about all the information there. Just press the copy button, and then you'll hop back over to your page that you're going to edit. Put the cursor, if you already have content, just put the cursor where you want it. And there's an embed button, insert embed, and I'm going to paste the code right there and save it. Now, an interesting thing that I will do is let me grab one of these videos. I'm just going to grab the link to one of those YouTube videos, and you can see this Padlet looks just like how it looked when we were putting it together a moment ago, but I'm going to put another video in there. So this is how to create interesting pages in Canvas. And now let me hop back over to my Padlet Wall page, and you can see the video right here, how to create interesting pages. It updated in real time. Now if I were to move this to maybe number 2, the number 2 placement, and hop back over to Canvas, then you can see it moved in real time. So you don't have to do anything, but you create the wall in Padlet, embed it, and then it's a live thing. Now you can press this button and open it in a new window, and it'll take you right up to Padlet if you want, or it can live within Canvas. So I went through, and all of those other Padlets that I just showed you, I went and embedded them already into this course. And so I'll just scroll through as we finish up here. I'll scroll through so we can see what those look like. So here's the canvas, the Padlet canvas that we were exploring. The stream. This is the stream that we put together, and these are all videos, and these will play right within Padlet, or you can click YouTube and or click this button and it'll pop it back out. So that's what the stream looks like. The shelf that we just now created, here's that shelf. These are all the assets. And then the back channel, I didn't actually create a back channel, but if anybody wants to participate, then I can open up that and we can chat that way. So that is Padlet in a nutshell, and this is what it looks like within Canvas. So thank you for attending this webinar, and I hope that Padlet is something that you're excited about and that you utilize in your class.